And he says that he wants to, after fighting Hector Garcia and Ryan Garcia, he wants to move into a fight with Shakur Stevenson. He wants to move into a fight with Devin Haney. Who would you make the favorite between if Gervonta was to fight Shakur and if Gervonta was to fight Haney?
I think Shakur beats him all. I really believe that. I believe that Shakur is the best lightweight in the world. Lomachenko will give him a good fight, but I would still favor Shakur.
Even over Haney as well.
And even over Haney as well.
So why people even talk like he the best at? He didn't even fight at 135 yet.
Right.
He didn't even have power at 126. 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you? All that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you gonna get hit. What you gonna do when you get hit?
Bob Arum says Shakur Stevenson is the best at 135, even when, like Tank says, he hasn't fought at 135. He just feels that Shakur Stevenson, also he says Devin Haney, are better boxers than Gervonta Davis. But Davis is more focused on power. Every time he's breaking down a fight or he's talking about a fight, he talks about power. Like we talked about the Errol Spence fight. Errol Spence is made of metal. Terence Crawford is made of glass. Meanwhile, Terence Crawford has knocked everybody out at 147 pounds. The prior opponents that Gervonta Davis has faced, Rolly Romero, Leo Santa Cruz, opponents like that is not the caliber of Gervonta Davis, was beating Gervonta Davis in fights, or at least Rolly Romero was keeping it close, but are not even on the same level with Gervonta Davis. But Gervonta Davis knew eventually opponents like that he will be able to touch. But Shakur Stevenson said it best. If a guy is strictly a power puncher and he's waiting for that one shot to hit me with, he'll be looking for that shot until the end of the fight. I give Tank Davis full credit if he fights Shakur Stevenson or Devin Haney, but stylistically, those will be very difficult fights for him. In my opinion, those are fights he will be losing. But one thing Gervonta Davis has at 135, 140, I'm not buying that cruiserweight stuff, is the eraser. And Tank is right about one thing. Even though these guys are master boxers and they are nice-sized lightweights, they haven't shown any punching power. Not explosive punching power, just enough punching power to keep these guys honest and respect you. And even though Shakur Stevenson has not fought at 135, Bob Arum is very high on him. And what's not to be high about? Shakur Stevenson wants all the smoke. He passes the eye test. The only knock on him is punching power. If the fight happens between Stevenson and Gervonta Davis, I'll be leaning towards Stevenson. But it'll still be an interesting fight because Stevenson is a great defensive fighter, controls distance very well, good jab, and Gervonta Davis is a good offensive fighter. If there's anybody that can close the distance at the speed and power to crack the code, it's Gervonta Davis. He's not just a power puncher, he does have skills. And maybe he'll prove me wrong. Gervonta Davis feels like he's free. He's gonna make all these fights now. I mean, if he beats Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, there's no argument, right? He beat the best at 135, and not just that, if he beats all these guys, more than likely he's gonna be undisputed at 135. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Jay Beasley, I'm gone.